This is Nine Kings. It's our indie demo on Steam Next Fest. You can get it right now. The links are below, or just type it into Steam. So this is a grid-based city builder, kind of, and it's totally card-based. So it is a deck builder, and you get cards which will apply buildings or units like soldiers, thieves. You've got archers. If you get another card of that same type, you can upgrade those cards that's already on the grid. There's a lot of modifiers in this game. For example, poison on hit, you can apply this to any units, and there's a ton more. There's another one just to increase the unit size to make sure you're getting a boatload of units out there. And you can have an auto in the top right, you might be able to see it. Sometimes there's an auto selection for these battles, so you don't need to control anything. I prefer it like that. I mean, you can control it and it's not too bad, but the auto thing and also having it on really fast paced, it's really nice. Some of the battles, they were really quick, and you know, they need to last a little longer to make it more satisfying. Just like with most roguelikes, at some point in time you're going to run into a trader. This trader for currency will sell cards, and you know, it sells anything. It will sell just regular cards, so you can level up the ones that you've already played. Like I said, if you have an archer, and then you can buy an archer card, place them together on the same exact square so it's not taking up any room, and it will just upgrade that grid, the square. There's also cards that you can place down which will affect an area within the grid. For example, you can place farms down, you can place things that will just give you one unit every turn, but they need to be placed next to units. You get more like that too, like crit chance I think was one of them. You get a lot of those, but there's only limited space. You can get more space, but it's not easy. You've got to wait until someone shows up that's willing for free just to expand. Sometimes there's a modifier that will give you like 2 random squares for free. Random isn't great because it's just important to have good tiles next to each other and planned out too. There's also a little well in the left side. If you have any card which you don't, or you can't place, or you don't want, you can just put it in the well and it will end the turn. In the end, I had a lot of soldiers, I had a lot of thieves, I had this building which would, I think it does something to do with trees maybe, I don't know, but it stops enemies still. I actually also had the upgrade on the thieves which they would leap, I guess, into the back line and take out the back line. I also had poison on thieves, so they would go into the back line of the enemies, hit them, poison them, and just do lots of damage. At the very end, you are basically building up this nice grid with really good towers, upgrades. Hopefully, you know, you got 2 towers or more next to each other so they can benefit from each other. And you're building up to kill a big boss. Now there are different difficulties that you can play on. Once you've played on one, you unlock a harder one. And there's also different kings you can play. As you can see in the name, there's 9 kings, which will all have different mechanics or cards, I guess. Right, so that's a ton of information to take in, but how does this all play? Is it all just thrown at you? Do you understand anything that I just said? Actually, the game describes it really easily. It's just trial and error. I didn't know I could upgrade towers, or I didn't know how to upgrade towers, and also I didn't know the amount of times I could upgrade a tower until over halfway through my playthrough. If you've ever played Heroes Hour, I think is how it's called, the battle are very similar. What I would say, this game does lack a few abilities. Like Heroes Hour was so cool because you had an auto battler, but you was kind of the god. You know, you had magic you could do and lots of different magic spells. Here, there's not so much of that. I mean, you can throw a rock. Yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I would say that's really lacking in this. Everything else felt great. I really love the card building combined with the deck, so like card building chess basically, right? It's really cool. It just opens so much strategy, and it does make most runs different, literally just because this grid alone. Obviously there's cards and every other thing in the world that makes this playthrough different every single time, that's why it's a roguelike. But the grid just adds so much strategy to this that makes it absolutely amazingly fun. More games should really do it like they've done it with this game. This is one of the games that I will just pick up when the game releases. There's a lot really good here. Outside of this, you're only seeing like the gameplay, right? So outside of this is why you can select the different heroes and kings, right? So there's a lot outside of the game, a lot of content too outside of this, but this is just what's in the game. This is what you're going to be doing most of the time. So I can't say anything but really amazing things about this game. You know, if I had to nitpick, like I said, it needs more magic or more ability to do during a fight rather than just throw a rock. And I guess the UI in the bottom left and the bottom right of a battle, that kind of looks just put in there, right? But apart from that, everything else in this demo is phenomenal. Anyway, I hope you like this quick video. It is on Steam Next First, like I said at the beginning. Go and check it out in the description. Just download the demo and experience all this fun for yourself. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.